Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to our Lunch and Learn, our first for Missouri Community Betterment in 2025. Um, as usual, we have these Lunch and Learns monthly, but we also record them and put them on our MCB YouTube, just in case anybody wants to go back and refer to them or share them with a community member that they feel would get some good information from them. If you guys don't mind, Sonia, I can see that you're on the call. Do you mind sharing with us what community in Missouri you're joining us from?
I am with HRM Services. So I'm in Crane at Hickory Grove Apartments. I'm a property manager on an affordable housing property. And then I am also our statewide support services coordinator.
Awesome. And then we'll get to Nick in a little bit because he's our guest speaker. Vicki, do you want to introduce yourself and what community you're joining us from?
Hi, I'm Vicki Jones, and I'm actually the development associate for Missouri Community Betterment. I've been with them for about a half a year now. I'm loving it.
So, to introduce you also to the MCB board, these are the folks that make up our board. Our president is Brett Dinkins out of St. Louis. Our vice president is John Robinson out of Caledonia, and our secretary is Jeff Corman out of Jefferson City. And then we have Elaine Campbell down in Houston, Jennifer Whitson in Steelville, Diana Huckstep in Louisiana, Emily Smith in Steelville, and myself, Elizabeth Anderson. I'm also in Jefferson City. And then we have our volunteers who've been helping us for the past while, Cece, Darla, and Vicki. And so you can see we're all kind of spread out across the state. And I want to welcome our guest speaker today, Nic Vasquez. He's a financial representative from Modern Woodmen of America. And I'm going to turn the screen over to him so that he can tell us all about the different resource, like the resource that they pose basically to communities throughout the state and what they can help people achieve. So I'm going to stop my share. Here we go.
Okay. And now I go to Okay, can you see the people? Can you
Looks
see we are
perfect.
Modern Woodmen of America? Perfect.
Yes.
Hey, I did it. Success. So
Yay.
a quick history for you. I am in Kearney, Missouri, so I'm north of Kansas City on I-35, just about 30 minutes or so. Got connected through to the Missouri Community Betterment through we have mutual members. So folks that are with us also are part of your organization. And so I had the pleasure to attend the November annual meeting in Jefferson City and was there. And from that, they thought it might be wise to participate in one of the lunch and learns. So here I am. Previously taught 17 years in Missouri public education. I was the president of the Missouri State Teachers Association. My wife and I, we've been remarried for about 6 years, and we have 6 children. And so we don't have any together, but we each had three of our own, and they are ages, get ready, 16, 15, 13, 12, 11, and 9. Yeah. Yeah, we are busy. So we have two sophomores, an eighth grader, a seventh grader, a sixth grader, and a third grader.
Oh
So we
my.
are yes, and the way our district is split up, we actually have kids at four different schools.
Oh
So we
my.
yeah, it's a busy time, but we do enjoy it. I've been with Modern Woodman for about 3 years now. I've joined in July of 2021. And so that's kind of how we got to where I am today. I'll give you a brief history of Modern Woodman, kind of the origins, how we came to be. And I think really what separates us is our fraternalism and how we connect with our communities, which is, I think, is the connection to the Missouri Community Betterment. And then kind of what that actually looks like as far as our business. So really the community impact with the programs and how those programs are funded through the business that we do and how that's continually evolving. So our screen shows you here that we have been helping members since 1883. So Joseph Cullen Root, He founded Modern Woodmen on January 1st of 1883 in Lyons, Iowa, and moved one more time. And then in 1887, it moved to Rock Island, Illinois, where it has been ever since that time. So when you see Modern Woodmen of America, a lot of people think about woodworking. They think we're cabinet makers. They think we sell wood or we're lumberjacks or we wear flannel. And I'm happy to tell you none of those things are true. Okay, so that does get confused at times. But basically, Mr. Cullen Root, he decided that he connected with the idea of pioneer woodmen coming in, clearing a forest, using that wood to build homes and create a community which equaled to security for them. And so he just connected that idea to clearing away financial burdens for us. So fraternally, we are the nation's third largest fraternal benefit society. And really that fraternalism piece that we talk a lot about is the connection, the combination of business and giving back to the communities that we serve. And like I said, it's a continually seeking opportunities for that positive impact. So we have products that we sell to our members that are used to fund our programs. And the type of programs we offer are we have social programs, educational programs, volunteer activities. And the idea is to use those to identify and meet our local needs. And how do you do that? You got to build relationships. And so that's how we do it through the membership growth. And then that gives us an opportunity to have even greater community impact. So when you look, let's see, will this let me do it? There we go. All right, so we are member owned. That is right, we are member owned. And as of 2023, we had over 700,000 members nationwide. And back to this fraternalism piece, you can see on those hearts that we gave $18.2 million to our communities, and we gave over 250,000 volunteer hours of work. So really trying to practice and embody what we are trying to achieve. And we did pay $1.65 billion to our members, either in life insurance proceeds or annuity proceeds upon death. So there we are. Those are our pillars: financial security, quality family life, and community impact. Okay, so like I said, we are member owned, which means that every 4 years we have a sales conference where we invite our members to vote on our policies and procedures and what that will look like. So we do, I think our area of the world, we connect with having a voice and a choice and what are things, what the association looks like. In addition to making plans for our financial future and the activities we talked about, we really want to make an impact in our community. And so I wanted to give you some examples of what we've done locally and what that could look like in your community. So in 2022, we partnered with Hillcrest Hope, and which is and a used car dealership. Hillcrest Hope they're trying to help folks get back on their feet, and through a matching fund provided by Modern Woodmen and the use of a GoFundMe page on Facebook, we were able to gather $15,000, and we bought 3 cars for moms with kids trying to get started. It was a great opportunity. Locally, we've helped fund summer reading programs. We've given teacher grants. Just last October, we have several of our choir kids at the high school will be performing at Carnegie Hall in June, and we did a matching fund. So Woodman matched them dollar for dollar to $7,500, and they were able to earn over $15,000. So really able to make some big impact. We have a lot of social events. I didn't tell you that I'm also a member of the Chamber of Commerce and I'm on the board. And so I'm trying to connect my business with what our community is doing. And so when we have a big community event, we have like the Jesse James Parade, we have Oktoberfest, we have a lighted parade in December. I try to connect social events with that. So for instance, at the Jesse James Parade, I met at our local donut shop and said, hey, every member and a guest, everybody who comes, will give you a cup of coffee and a donut before you go to the parade. On Oktoberfest, there's a spot right close that sells ice cream. And so we said, hey, listen, you want to go to the Oktoberfest or not? We'll get you some ice cream and we can meet and say hello and see how you're doing. Bought coffee and hot chocolate before the magical night in December. It was pretty chilly and cold that night, so that went really well. And then just last Friday, you were talking, Miss Vicky, about the snow. We only had one day of school last week. And last Friday night at our pizza shop, we had a social event where we gave people money towards their meal. And I think people were ready to get out of their house for a little bit. Those who could come, they're like, let's just go do something. And so we're doing a lot of that. Where I'm lacking and I need to be better about in 2025 are some educational events. We offer those as well as some service projects, more connecting with the community. The last thing I wanted to tell you that kind of separates us, we have three big programs. We have the birthday book club. So if one parent and one kid have life insurance or an annuity with Woodman until they are 12 years of age, every year on their birthday, we send them an age appropriate book. It's chosen by former teachers. It's vetted, and my kids actually have enjoyed most of the books. They don't always hit it out of the park, but for the most part, they do pretty well. Additionally, we offer scholarships for college and just recently for continuing education. So, for seniors who are graduating, we offer up to $450,000 in scholarships nationwide. And then we just added $125,000 for continuing education. So, you're a teacher, you want to go back to school, you want to do something, and you want some help with that, we're adding that in. And probably our best benefit that really connects with folks is our orphan benefit. So again, mom and dad have life insurance with Woodman for at least 6 months, and they go on a date and they're tragically killed. Each of their children will receive $700 a month until they are 18 years of age, and then Woodman will provide them up to $50,000 each for post-secondary education. So really a great benefit. I mean, we recognize the planning and the finance of what we're doing, but we also see that we're members, we're people, and we want to build those relationships and take care of as many aspects of folks' lives as we can. So that's kind of the origin. That's how we started. That's the fraternalism. We do that because we're split up into chapters, and we do have folks can have the opportunity to create a youth service club and get some money that way as well. But really just trying to connect. So, any questions so far?
You mentioned Hillcrest Hope.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that the same Hillcrest Hope that has the thrift stores
That is
scattered
correct.
across the
Yes, that is
Northland? Okay.
correct.
I've done a
Yes.
lot of business in your stores.
Yes, yeah, we did that. Yeah, we connect. So I'm in Kearney, and that is in Liberty. So that part of those funds from Hillcrest go to fund these. They're basically trying to get folks, yeah, back on their feet. They have a really strict program. You're in there for about 3 months. They find you a job. They run through your budget with you. But where we live, we don't have mass transit. People need cars, and
Yeah.
so literally the Friday before Thanksgiving, these ladies had no idea. And we just said, hey, we were here to meet with them. And they came outside and we said, hey, congratulations, you're going to graduate next week. And here is a key to this car right in front of you. Enjoy. It was a really
Wow.
meaningful experience. Yeah, we got to do three of them.
That's
So that
awesome.
was, yeah, it was great. It was I mean, it was a lot to me to do that. It was pretty humbling, let alone what they were able to accept. So it was great. It was very good. Yeah, definitely enjoyed it. So here we are. People ask about there is finance and business to what we do. We have $18 billion in assets. We've got $44 billion of life insurance in force, and we're pretty solvent. You can see there for every dollar that we owe, we have $1.16 on hand. So it would be incredibly tragic and apocalyptic if everyone with Modern Woodman were to die on the same day or want all of their annuity money. That would be terrible. But if they did, we would have 16 cents left for every dollar. I hope that doesn't happen, but that's really what it looks like as far as our solvency and the business that we do.
I hope not either.
Yes, yes, completely agree. So this is what we're talking about here. We try to have intentional conversations. Yes, we believe in what Woodman offers, but we also understand that people have varied backgrounds, and so we really try to approach it with finding out what folks are trying to achieve and where they are. So and give them the information to make informed decisions and feel confident in the actions that they choose and have some smart plans to really help them to get after it. So that's what it looks like. And you can see on the slide, we work with everybody from young families to those who are ready to retire, to have recently retired, and everything in between. So what does it actually look like, right? When we sit down and work with somebody, these are the 7 areas that we talk about with everyone that we meet with. We call this planning for life. And really the mantra that we use is that we tell everyone you have needs for today and dreams for tomorrow, right? Which is super true of everyone. And it's really finding the most effective way to strike that balance between taking care of the here and now, but also realizing that someday I'm going to want to retire. I'm not going to want to do what I'm doing forever. And I want to have some control and discipline and forethought in what that's going to look like. So protection is just that. It's talking about peace of mind, and it's specific to life insurance. And that can be anything from covering, for our younger prospects, covering lost income, covering some debt. We talk a lot about mortgages and credit card debt and those things, making sure that we're not leaving those burdens to our family. Anything from that to leaving a legacy. We have folks that intentionally purchase, regardless how you feel about it, they'll purchase something like whole life insurance and leave that to their children and spend all of their money. They recognize that I want to leave my kids something, but I want to spend my own money and I'll leave them something else. And again, everything in between. But that's what the protection piece looks like. But it's really making sure that regardless of work or any other circumstances, if I don't come home tomorrow, my family and my kids and those I love are going to be taken care of. Savings. Now, we offer fixed annuities and we offer our own variable annuities. But in 2000, we became a broker dealer, which means that we can work in the securities market, which most commonly people would view that as stocks or mutual funds. And we're able to do that. We can help folks with Roth IRAs that are in the market. Maybe they have employer IRAs they're not quite sure what to do with. We help folks with 529 plans. Full disclosure, I don't do a lot of 529 plans in Missouri because it's better for you to join the Missouri Most program. You'll get the tax deduction, the state tax deduction for that. So I tend not to do a lot of that work because I think that's better for folks. But every once in a while, I have someone who's just determined to do that way, and we do it. Also, we're looking to grow our business in working with school districts with 403B plans, helping them with their retirement beyond what the school districts and the state offers. And then we also have appointed partners where, again, we recognize that everybody can be pretty unique in their situation and what they're trying to do. And so from that, we have these partners that we can gain access to other products or other options that we don't offer to help better meet your needs. So that's what the savings looks like. And that can be anything from, like I say, a fixed annuity that's going to guarantee you 3%. We have some people that say, I'd rather have a lower guarantee and know that my money's there no matter what. And then we have people that respectively are more of the mindset like, let's put it all on all my chips on red, and I'm going to bet as much as I can and get as wild and crazy as I possibly can. And again, everything in between. Well, retirement planning and distribution, it seems so far away, but so close all the time. And we talk, those go hand in hand. And again, the continued questions are, what are you trying to accomplish? What do you want retirement to look like? And we kind of get those numbers together and say, if this is what you want it to look like, this is where you are. It looks like you may need to do more. Are you able and willing to do more to get to that goal? Or do we need to find other options of what that would actually look like? Because ultimately, with the retirement distribution, we want your money to last as long as you do, right? I mean, we all recognize that people are living longer and that the cost of healthcare and all those things are increasing. And so we really want to be as forward thinking as we can. We don't participate in estate planning, but we recommend that everybody does. And I think some of the confusion on estate planning is that it's not just for wealthy people, it's for everybody. It really is. And that can be anything from a will to a trust, depending on how involved you want to be and what you want that to look like. Because what I think people don't understand specific to our money and our assets is that if you don't decide, the government will gladly decide for you. They're happy to help. I'll put that in quotes, help for whatever that could look like. And specifically for, again, our younger members, even like what will happen with your children if you and your spouse are tragically killed? Where would they go? What would that be? What would that money look like? And so on. And it needs to be updated and reviewed. My father died in April of 2023, and that fall I told my mom she needed to update her will, and she said, "No, I think it's good to go." And I said, "Well, let me see it." So I looked at it, and the last time my parents had done a will, I'll be 45 in July, it said that if my parents died, I was supposed to go live with my uncle, her brother. I'm like, I'm not going to live with my uncle, and he doesn't want me to go live with him. So you need to update this so it actually looks like what you want it to look like. And depending on what you choose, a lot of those things can actually be taken care of just through where you have your money through the beneficiaries. You can name them and that money can go there. But people try to avoid probate. And, that is great because, the lawyers and the legal process win in probate. But more than that, again, looking at our families, it's great to have those conversations in advance so everybody knows and there's no surprises and no confusion about what you want it to look like and where it's going.
Can I ask you a question on that subject?
I'll do my best.
If you have beneficiaries on all of your money, whether it be stocks, bonds, annuities, bank accounts, things like that,
Yes, ma'am.
but you don't have a current will, does that still go into probate?
It does not. No, it will go to your stuff, but a simple will can be like also used for all of the there's so many things like a power of attorney, both for medical and for financial. There's a springing power of attorney, which means that like the power of attorneys that we have, they actually no longer work once someone has passed away. So a springing power attorney springs into action when someone passes away. Doing like a beneficiary deed for your home of where is that going to go and what will that look like. So there are some pieces and parts beyond that. And then once you have that together, this is what the attorney told me it's called. It's not, I don't know, but it's something called a layman's term, it's called an old lady list. And once you have an official will, you can write down, I want this dresser. This was my great Aunt Edna's dresser, and I want it to go to this person. And this was this ring, and I want it to go to this person. And you staple that to your will, and it's considered legally binding.
Oh, okay.
So it can take care of some things to get that piece done. And just a side note, I actually encourage my mom because my dad has died, right? So I asked her to go through and take pictures of the family heirlooms and develop those pictures and then write on the back, this was made by your uncle whoever, and it was, give us some background on it. And then this is who I want it to go to. And then to put that into a like a photo album so that we know, so that when that time comes, we can assign those things, and then everything else, it's like just is there other things people want or not? I think it's just trying to, I'm going to be pretty emotional at that time, and so the more that's taken care of, the better it is for her and for everybody else. To the even point we've even had the conversation, you get to decide. So like it's just you now. If you want some of those things, like if you want to see people use those things, you could give them to them now while you're still here, and then it's taken care of. Or you can wait if it's something you want to keep on to. So yeah, definitely a lot of bits and pieces. She just needed a will because Kate and I, my wife and I, because we have a blended family and the way it works, we chose to do a trust. And because our kids are so young, like I don't want them to get $150,000 of life insurance at age 9, right? Like that's right. Like where would they go? Who would be responsible for their money? So it just depends on your situation, but definitely something worth talking to an attorney about. And then we can be part of that process to help them. So if you create a trust, then we can update it and say this is who the trust goes to, or this is your beneficiary and all those things. They go hand in hand.
You guys also work independently as financial advisors?
We can, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes,
I'm
absolutely. So
actually
right
looking for a
now,
new
yes, so
financial
you
advisor.
yes, we are able to do that.
Okay.
Yes. Business planning and employee benefits, we work with small businesses. So, business planning, I would say the biggest thing that a lot of folks who own small businesses struggle with, respectfully, is looking past the day-to-day operations and into the future of how am I going to sustain this? And then looking at um, do I have key employees that is, how am I going to exit this? So when there comes a time that don't want to do this anymore, is it going to be a family member that takes over, or is it going to be, you know, a friend of a friend who's going to do that? What is that process going to look like, and how are you going to sustain your income, and then and all of the everything that's involved with that, and then to that end, some employee benefits, ways for small businesses to attract and retain and reward their employees. So maybe if you have three employees, a 401k is too expensive for you. Just the fees and everything alone is not worth it. Well, have you considered just doing a simple $25 a month into an annuity? It may not be super exciting, but it's a place to start. And then from those employee benefits, we also work with companies like Aflac. So back to that 403B plan with the school districts, we could literally go into a school district and help them create their separate IRA and additionally provide them, the 24-hour accident insurance, the cancer plans, the heart plan. We can do all of those things because we can partner with those other companies. And maybe one of those bigger companies wouldn't be interested in working with you because you only have three employees. That's a great space for us to work in.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so we kind of get to that. We go through the whole process and we take down a lot of information. Then we get to the end and we kind of tell them, hey, look, this is where we think you are. What do you think? What's most important to you? And we just start that process. And that's how it goes. And so all of that work is what funds all of the other fraternal work that we get to do.
That's great.
We enjoy it, and that's one of the pieces that I really connected with was the opportunity to give back intentionally like that and have some ownership of what that looked like. Um, in some ways, my goal is to kind of be that guy on Facebook, like he's always giving money, he's always doing something, he's always somewhere. What is going on with that, and really building that up. And something I didn't share is that my parents moved to Kearney in 1977. They previously lived in Prairie Village. They were married in 71. So I was born here and spent most of my life pre-college here, and then went and taught, kind of moved around and came back. And so I really do love the community, and it's I like that piece that I get to help beyond just the work that I'm doing.
Kearney is a very nice area. I grew up in Liberty.
Okay, yeah, we love it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's done well. It's my wife teaches second grade in the elementary school that I attended kindergarten, so there's that for you. Yeah, it's neat to come back and see my kids and all the stuff. So, yeah, do you have any questions or anything that I left out, maybe Elizabeth, that's specific to your mission or vision that I need to talk about and uh, explore?
Yeah. Excuse me. I'll just kind of open it up to see if I know Vicky has been good about asking questions as she thinks of them. Sonia, do you have any questions for Nick?
I don't have any at this time. I'm just kind of taking it in.
Yeah, I get that. It's a lot. It
Yeah, and I
is.
I feel like it when you mention like it and things that are specific to our mission and vision. I mean, I feel like our real goal with these lunch and learns is just to let folks know, hey, these are things that exist in our communities and around the state that could be helpful to to the missions and visions that they each see for bettering their own communities and for trying to address the needs of their communities. So you
Yeah,
want
and what part of the those matching funds when we're able to give back, I think it's pretty safe to say that there are a lot of organizations that ask for money on a frequent basis, right? I mean, we're asking, asking, asking. And so when you're able to partner with someone like Modern Woodmen, where we can give back to the people who have given you money, whether that be, a local club or a civic organization, or I think that goes a long way to say that to show that we're asking, but we're also giving. This is a community partnership.
Well, I really appreciate the presentation. I did think it was going to be about woodworking.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, we get that quite a bit. We really do. People are like, wait a minute, I thought this was not so.
It's like
Yeah, it
Elizabeth
is.
is usually so right on top of getting these great speakers. I'm like, woodworking?
Yeah, no, you really connected with that idea of building some security out there. So
Yeah.
the fraternal piece of this is actually originally started as like in steel mills, right? Ironworking, like we're working, but they're not providing us any benefits. So someone said, hey, like let's start putting some money in a fund. Like let's just start saving some money back. And then he got some people to do it and some other people to do it. And then it became, hey, we've got quite a bit of money. Maybe we need somebody to kind of take care of this money for us. And then it became, okay, now we've got quite a bit of cash. Like we need to have people take care of this and let's have some regular meetings so everybody knows what's going on and what we're doing. And from there, again, just a real organic process.
Great.
Awesome. Well, I don't know that we have any other questions at this time, but just kind of, like I said, just kind of, and like Sonia said, just kind of marinating a little bit, letting us percolate and think about different things. Um,
It's a great way to I think that this process can sometimes people put it off. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. And later never happens. Or you're 3 years down the road, and had you put just $25 a month away for that 3 years, you'd be that much further than you are now. Um, I've done a couple of career day presentations where I talk to kids about, I hear a lot of kids say, I want to be a millionaire. I want to have a bunch of money. And then they tell me they're going to do it through TikTok. And then I tell them, well, if TikTok doesn't work, I think I have another option for you. And so I show them that if they put $50 a month into a Roth IRA from the time they are 20 to age 65, and the market performs the next 45 years like it did the previous 45 years, they'll have about $1.4 million at age 65. So I think there's a little bit of this misnomer that I have to have a bunch of money before I ever start, which really the point is just to start wherever you are. I think we try to make our story everybody else's story. Well, that's what I see and hear. Like everybody has this money and that's where I have to start. When it's really like that's great for them, but let's make this specific to you and what you need and what you want to accomplish and what your family likes and what you can reasonably afford. We try to be really personalized. It doesn't matter. I can meet with three different people and it could end up three different ways, and it usually does every time.
awesome. So if anybody has any questions, especially once, like I said, once we put this recording up on um, our YouTube and everything like that, uh, is there a good contact information for you or a specific?
Yeah, do you want me to email that to you, or do you want me
Sure.
to, I can say it right now. My phone number is 816-231-9636. That's my cell phone number. And that's probably the best way. So 816-231-9636. I do have a website. I bet if you type in Modern Woodmen of America and my name, I have a website. It'll show up and it'll get you connected with me as well.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, if you are on, I work from like Columbia West. That said, I mean, I can meet with you if you are east of that, I can, but respectfully, I would prefer to meet with you through Zoom
Mhm.
a couple of times, as opposed, that's a long way to drive. At the same time, I think we're also like when we're here, we're used to meeting on Zoom. It's not an issue for most folks, but definitely
Especially
want to
with
throw
this
that out there.
weather. Nobody wants to go anywhere in Missouri right now.
No, no. This is usually the time of year I start planning a summer trip. I'm like, where are we going to go? It's warm. I need something to look forward to. So,
I know.
The closest I got, my wife turns 40 in March. I think we're gonna maybe try to go see the Eagles out in Las Vegas for her birthday. She wants to do
Mm.
that. So,
Oh, that'll be fun.
oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, well, hey, thank you for your time. Thank you for
Yeah.
the opportunity. Always available to have a conversation with you. Feel free to give me a call if you're looking to figure out what's going on with your own retirement, or you know of young families that you're like, hey, listen, I really feel like that would be something for you to start. I mean, you all have people you love, family, friends, people you work with, and really that's the key. We meet with people, it's pretty low pressure. It's just this is what we offer, like I said to you, and I write down a lot of numbers and information. And at the end, sometimes people say, yep, we want to do something. And sometimes people say, no, I'm not interested right now. And then I say, well, maybe not now, but in 6 months you probably will. And I call them every 6 months, and it eventually happens. And, you know, um, or they know other folks are like, no, not me, but I got a buddy that I want you to work with. And so
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
great.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well,
Well, thank
Thank you
you.
very
thank you
much.
so much, Nick,
You're welcome.
for being
I
willing to
appreciate it.
come speak with us today. I'm gonna
Absolutely.
pop our information up here on the screen to wrap this up. If anybody wants to also stay in touch with Missouri Community Betterment, this is how you can reach out to us at our website. There's a contact us button that can send us an email. We've also got a number, and like I mentioned before, our YouTube, our Facebook, and our Twitter. You can find us all of those different places with information, and sign up for our newsletter to get to know what other um, events are upcoming or resources that we want to share. This is also a little plug for the MCB Better Together Fund. It helps us to have a lasting impact and do things like our annual um, conference and keep sharing information with you all. And then here's just a little breakdown of some of our upcoming lunch and learns over the next couple of months. We've got a good little slate for 2025 that's starting to come together. So we hope to see you again. Thank you all so much.
Thank
Thank you.
you. You all have a nice day. Bye bye.
You
Thanks.
too.
Bye bye.
Bye.